There's a fascinating pasuk in the beginning of Parshas Truma. HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells Klal Yisrael to build a Mishkan. V'zois hatruma asher tikchu me'itam. This is what they should donate. Zohov, kesef, u'nechoshes. Gold, silver, and copper. We clearly see there's an order. We're going from more expensive and we're working down. Tcheles argomon tila shoni. Different colors of wool. That's even cheaper. Shemen lamor, oil. V'somim l'shemen amishcha, some spices. But strangely enough, the last thing on the list is avnei shoyam v'avnei miluim. What's the pshat? Undoubtedly, these were the most expensive things to go into the Mishkan. These were precious gemstones. Shouldn't they be at the beginning? They should be before the gold. When I was learning in Kollel, I had to go once a year fundraising. And there was one guy on the list who wasn't a frum man, very nice, warm and friendly person. So one year I made an appointment with him and I'm sitting there in his house, I'm schmoozing to him and it's all going very well. And in the middle he stands up and he walks out of the room, he comes back a minute later and I can see he's holding a very heavy bag. And he drops it down in front of me and he says, "Here, this is my donation for the Kollel." I look into the bag and I can see hundreds and hundreds of coins. £2 coins, £1 coins, 50 pences, 10 pence, 20 pieces, and a wad of notes. So he tells me, last year when you left my house, I thought to myself, wouldn't it be a nice idea if I could give every coin, every bit of change in my pocket, every night, I'll set it aside for the Kollel. He says, in that bag over there is every penny of change from the entire year. I was amazed, but I had one question. There's quite a few notes in there. I thought you were only giving the coins. And he says, one night, they were also in my pocket. As I took out the coins, the notes fell and they hit the bag. Once they touched the bag, I didn't have the heart to take them out. I was blown away. Mika Amcha Yisrael. I came back to Kollel and we counted up the money, and it came to £987 and 10 pence. Now I ask you, is there any difference between that Yid and a man who would just write me out a check for £987? Both are giving the same amount, but I think we would all agree that the one who gives those coins every night, that's a different level of giving. There's so much more devotion. Hashem asks us to build a Mishkan. Hashem doesn't need our money. The Rebbeinu Shem could have made a golden Mishkan drop down from Shomayim. So what was the Mishkan? It was an opportunity for us to show our devotion to the Rebbeinu Shalom, to give up something that was precious to us. Leman Hashem, that's what brought the Shechina. And that's why, says the Orach Chaim, the Avnei Shoyam v'Avnei Miluim were mentioned last. Because where did they come from? How did Klal Yisrael have them? They came down together with the Mon. They came specifically for this purpose. Was there any devotion? Was it hard for anyone to give them? They came for free. Says the Rebbeinu Shalom, better the shemen lamor, that little bit of oil that comes from someone, that's all he's got. That's more precious to me than the Avnei Shoyam v'Avnei Miluim. Shmiras Einayim is perhaps one of the biggest opportunities we have to show our devotion to the Rebbeinu Shalom. Not just because the temptation, the pull is so strong. Not just because it's constant, but it's a struggle that's between me and Hashem alone. But that makes the devotion so much bigger. Every bit of self-control is precious to Hashem. Perhaps today, when the challenge comes our way, which it will, let's have that inner strength to rise above it, to show our devotion to the Rebbeinu Shalom. That's more precious to Him than the Avnei Shoyam v'Avnei Miluim. That's literally bringing the Shechina inside us. Bilvovi Mishkan Evne.